When looking for a land that embraces the fundamentals of peace and prosperity, one need look no further than Costa Rica. Bordered by the Pacific Ocean on the west and the warm waters of the Caribbean on the east, Costa Rica is a land whose cultural and biodiversity are two of the country's greatest assets. In a departure from most of Latin America, Costa Rica has enjoyed over 2 centuries of peace and social stability, abolishing their military in 1948. Although traditionally agricultural, high-technology products have become main exports in Costa Rican economy. In fact, Costa Rica's economy is the only one in Latin America that has remained stable for the last 20 years. In 1985, Costa Rica began taking steps to virtually eliminate custom tariff and other tariff barriers. This, alongside the emphasis Costa Rica has put on education since the 1900s, has led to the direct increase of foreign investment by over 200% in the last 10 years.
Its highly educated and skilled labor force, its political and economic stability, 100 years of democracy, and more than 20 years of sustained macroeconomic stability are proof of it. Near to the United States, Costa Rica also offers a strategic location. Besides this, exporting companies may be subject to fiscal incentives such as corporate income tax, import duties, and sales tax exemptions. Foreign companies also find in Costa Rica a very open economy and a friendly business environment.
One of the industries that have benefited from Costa Rica's favorable business environment is medical devices manufacturing. With a 5-year growth rate of 400% in exports, the medical devices industry in Costa Rica is manufacturing a variety of products, such as monitoring devices, arthroscopic devices, and other surgical instruments, diagnostic equipment, and IV sets. The highly skilled and educated labor force and the high-quality standards achieved by Costa Rica's human resources is what motivates world-renowned companies such as Baxter Healthcare, Hospira, Boston Scientific, InName, Cytec Surgical, and many others to manufacture their products in Costa Rica.
We have hundreds of service providers and suppliers that we've been, developing since we arrived here 7 years ago. And, in fact, if you think about the number of people who come to this site every day, probably 2,000 of those work for our suppliers and our service providers.
Costa Rica's electronics sector enjoys a surplus of highly educated workers with an uncompromising work ethic.
That's really why Intel came to Costa Rica. It was one of the primary reasons was because of the labor force. 2 or 3 years out of college, the engineers we hire out of the schools here in Costa Rica are working on Intel state-of-the-art products. The crown jewels of Intel are made in this factory, and we find that engineers right out of school here can be productive in a very short time. So this has been a big success story for our site.
In Costa Rica, multinational companies from the electronics sector are currently manufacturing semiconductors, radio frequency and microwave devices for aerospace, satellite, and commercial applications, as well as electronic components for automotive and specialized telecommunications applications. Companies such as Merrimack, Intel, and Microtechnologies have enjoyed tremendous success at their Costa Rican locations.
We're very happy to say that we've found a very good formula of value for our labor costs here in Costa Rica. People are very talented, very educated, very well motivated. And we've been very successful over the last now 6 years in growing from a small off-site secondary operation to our primary manufacturing site for the entire globe.
Costa Rica has also become a new hotspot for companies to set up their contact center, back office, shared service, and regional offices. With its skilled bilingual labor force, state-of-the-art telecommunications infrastructure, and proximity to main offices, Costa Rica's services sector has experienced tremendous growth. Major corporations such as Procter & Gamble, Hewlett-Packard, IBM, Baxter, and others have all discovered the competitive advantage of establishing their very high-value operations in Costa Rica. Companies such as Sykes, Western Union, and Supra Telecom operate their call centers from this country. Costa Rica boasts a relatively high standard of living, with a high percentage of land ownership.
trade is extremely important for our economic development. We need to rely more and more on foreign investment. Foreign direct investment is so crucial for us. My aim is to double or triple the amount of foreign investment. I could promote my own country. I need to tell people that we are an oasis of peace in the whole region, that our trademark is peace and the environment. This is why we are known all over the world, that this is a stable democracy, politically stable, economically stable, that we have a state of law, that we respect foreigners as well as nationals, and that people can trust Costa Rica and our democratic institutions. So I do believe that one of our main advantages is a well-educated labor force, a skilled labor force, with a very high productivity, thanks to the fact that education has been quite a priority for us for many decades. And I'm sure that foreign companies are perhaps the best witness that they can be competitive thanks to our high labor productivity.
For years, Costa Rica has been enjoying its reputation as a peaceful paradise. The stable political and economic environment, lower costs, incentives, and friendliness to foreign trade and investment have made Costa Rica a prime location for business expansion. Since its creation in 1982, CINDE, the Costa Rican Investment Promotion Agency, has assisted more than 150 foreign companies in their decision-making and installation process throughout their operations in Costa Rica. CINDE provides the kind of information, contacts, and close relationships that investors require to be knowledgeable about what Costa Rica offers for the success of foreign investment decisions. For more information on investment opportunities and business expansion in Costa Rica, please visit CINDE's website at www.cinde.org or call the following. In New York, call 212-997-9662. In Costa Rica, call 506-201-2800 or call toll-free at 1-866-577-4783.